It's happening.
Oh, well,
It's happening.
There went that.
Storm or Ember incoming. Ember's
Yep.
banned, so it will be Storm.
This button actually says emergency stop on it. And can I please?
Well, there's a reason they fifth banned it. By the way, look at the Alchemist ban, Kyle.
Kyle, look at it.
Saying
Kyle,
Alch was not a hero.
Kyle, look at that ban. What are you Googling?
There's a reason that Arc Warden
Dota
was
buff
banned fifth.
Arc Warden. I wanted to see what Dota
What
said.
are the conceptual counters?
Brood, Meepo, Lycan, PL, Naga, CK.
So heroes that are
Swarmy
just up in your face.
Yeah.
Swarmy and Gaff.
Run past
Gaff
everything. Melee. They don't care about the
Bubble.
Yeah,
they-
I think
no bubble.
I just think you need Storm. Like, Storm's actually super sick in this game. I love when you have
That's
Wraith
true.
King. You have some carry that just gets in there and can also be counted upon to do magic.
Yeah, they got the lack of lockdown. So
And Cask isn't a good solution either. None of these disables are.
Can I was about to ask this. Can RNG go aggro here? And if so, what do you beat the Centaur with 1v1? Is this Bat Rider the
Bat
answer?
definitely
Bat
would.
destroy.
Surely Bat wins that 100%. So maybe that's good to deter the potential aggro trialing from RNG.
So are there any of the only thing I worry about with the Bat pick here is that are there any of the traditional laning counters to Bat Rider that are valid along with the Arc Warden? So can the Arc Warden mid and then you still pick like a Life Stealer, a Weaver, a Slark, something of that nature? Because that's when this CDEC draft could get into real trouble if the Bat Rider gets hard counted in lane.
What, and then they put the
put the Arc mid. It's very greedy though.
Well, I think Arc's mid. It's mostly a question of can they put Centaur in like the? Are they going to try lane? Maybe it's just dual lanes. I see the incentive to go aggro try because then you're keeping the enemy supports away from your mid lane. And CDEC have pretty good ganking supports, actually. Like, I can see both of these heroes potentially going and killing the Arc Warden.
And by the way, this support combo, the Grimstroke Shadow Shaman was the best support combo at the major.
Oh, well, that's building damage that doesn't care about the bubble.
It's true.
We talked about that yesterday. That's the one of the very few heroes that can slow siege against an Arc Warden.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, is the only thing.
The Death Prophet pick?
Um,
It's Death Prophet with not much save or like extra
I would have
survivability.
preferred the reach come from the mid hero and like a Storm, and then you pick something that provides a bit of tower pressure and like front line for the off lane. I like Bat, but I hate it against Undying actually.
But that's why I was saying if Bat has a game here, CDEC are going to be fine. If Bat gets shut down early, it's going to be the same thing that we talked about with these Dark Seer lineups early on, where if in the lineups like this where your offlaner needs to make plays to start the fight, if he gets shut down in lane, your lineup just feels so static, right?
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that.
I could neither agree nor disagree.
Neither? Okay.
All right.
Neither and neither.
I'm sure.
Neither, neither. I think both are acceptable.
Do you say both?
No, I don't know.
Either.
I think I say both.
Yeah, probably. How do you say aluminum?
Aluminium.
It is. Oh my God! No, you are from America. You do not say aluminium.
Aluminium.
Do you say aluminium?
I say aluminium.
Yeah,
Do you really? Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
It's not even how it's spelled.
Huh?
Do you actually spell it?
It's spelled differently.
Yeah, so it's also,
they do spell
it's also
that.
spelled
Okay.
differently.
It's like
I should know that. One of my favorite stories from Canada is to get my permanent
Can't wait
residence.
to hear this.
All right, fair enough.
Go ahead. Favorite stories from Canada?
Never mind.
Legion
Love it.
Commander.
Bat
All right, they wanted to dispel. Okay, so is it
RNG.
Setsu LC.
Is that a mid-
Setsu LC,
mid-LC?
Monet, Arc Warden?
Oh, they're just role swapping
They-
or
they
lane
did-
swapping.
I guess Monet is just the Arc player, right?
They wanted somebody to beat Bat in lane, and it's not Centaur, so they're just going to try to put Legion against the Bat probably.
And Legion then counters Bat more thoroughly than in lane because
I really think RNG is going to win this game.
RNG is definitely winning this.
I feel like the Undying is once again just not addressed. Bat hates playing into Undying. If the Tombstone goes down on a high ground, Bat can't actually play Dota. The Blink is going to get canceled by Zombie Spawn. Even if you get the Lasso, you're going to be slowed immediately. You're playing against a Lasso Cleanse. You're going to get outlaned by LC, and RNG have the late game advantage by like a huge margin.
Yeah.
What about the lane
Yeah.
swapping that they could do potentially?
I think it's easier when RNG they need to just get LC against Bat. I don't think that's too complicated.
And that's the other reason why locking down your lane so early in the draft is so powerful, because Undying, Centaur, and Witch Doctor can end up laning wherever, and they're going to be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, so long as it's not against the Bat Rider, right?
Well, fine. Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
fine.
But it's like what Kyle says. They absolutely need to get they need that Legion Commander versus Bat Rider matchup. So however the lanes shake out, I think is going to matter a lot.
Yeah,
but I'm afraid of Arc Warden.
Dude, Undying. This hero is so good, and it's slept on.
Okay. Well, it seems like Betway are also on the RNG winning. I
don't know that I would favor RNG that much. But
so you think CDC might be the
I think that's decent. I think 2.3 is decent value.
I'd give RNG 2-1. So yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Anyway,
do you want to rock paper scissors? Who stays?
Who's sticking around?
All right,
hit up the TriCast.
Best 2 out of 3.
Rock paper scissors shoot on rock paper scissors.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
So on scissors, rock paper scissors. That were.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors.
Wait, 2 out of 3.
No,
2 out of 3.
whoa! I won.
2 out of 3.
No,
Best
you
2
won.
out of 3.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Ready?
Oh wait, winner decides.
Rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors.
All right, you
Get
win.
the
Do you want to
fuck
cast?
out.
Do you want to cast or do you want to?
I'll hang out.
Yeah.
Get out.
All right,
Get
all
the.
right.
Yeah. Wait.
Get out.
Nahaz. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. Welcome, Purge.
Thanks. And now, because I won, I feel like I can really lunge. I'm putting my feet up, dude.
You've been upgraded from couch analyst to couch caster. How does it feel?
Couch potato analyst.
Nice.
It feels great.
Okay, Ward's already down. How did they sneak in and get this one? They must have. Do you think they probably came up here? That's some nice vision to have on the high ground. We've also got a pretty deep. This observer ward, he's lost. He doesn't see any.
Great vision.
He doesn't see anything.
Sees the other side of those trees.
Yeah. Do you think it's worth it to block it with your obs? Instead of just buying a sentry to put
I don't know
in
about
there?
you. I don't check that spot that often. I'm sure pro players will know about it. But
yeah. No, but I just mean using an observer ward instead of a sentry ward. What's the point of using your obs here?
Costs less money. Sentries are 75, dude. That's 25 gold. Watch out.
Hey, Kevin, before we get into the game, you got any other stories? Twitch chat was a big fan of your last one.
Oh, really? No, that was the best one I got.
Oh, dang
Nothing? You've been in Dota for 11
you
years?
can't fucking force creativity, Kyle. I'll say it. That's the 5th time I've had to say this.
All right.
Okay.
How are these lanes
All right,
going?
then.
Let the lane swaps begin. Setsu still has his TP. He wants the lane against the Bat Rider. Bat Rider hasn't showed on lanes just yet. Setsu is already retreating. Is he walking? Do they need to win these lane swaps so badly that he is willing to walk across the map to avoid being one step behind in the TP sequence?
They made a big miscue, though, by not keeping him in the mid lane.
He's just teleporting?
Yeah, instead of just sitting here behind the tower.
Yeah, exactly. You
so,
had to.
So now he TP'd, but now Bat Rider can still TP.
Yes.
So now what?
I will say CDEC, their way to win this game is just to get ahead early. We've seen Arc Warden's power spike level 25 with the Shadow Blade, with the Hex, etc. But really, the first 3 items you get do not help you win games.
He needs like 25 minutes worth of just hitting creeps, right?
Exactly. And you have Wraith King, Rasta, a Bat Rider. Like one pickoff, you just go straight high ground with the DP and the wards. It definitely could go CDC's way.
So far, lane going pretty all right for XM. So they haven't chosen to rotate the Bat Rider just yet. So I guess the other thing that they can do up here is they can do like the Bat Rider doesn't have to pressure the lane. He can just farm all out. Alpha's just getting punched.
It looked like he had a DD or something.
Yeah.
Nope. Just Rasta.
It's definitely one of the downsides of playing like a 4 Witch Doctor is that you are still pretty squishy yourself as a hero.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to exploit your base stats because he's got plenty of damage, but he can't fight the monster that is Shadow Shaman.
I mean, basically James has a boots. That's really the big thing.
As well,
he can force the fight.
All right, well, Lanham is level 2, double damage behind the tower here.
I'd like to see Afu cast some spells, though.
The Flux.
Can stick.
Can they actually get this kill into XM? He's got a Fairy Fire, and that is First Blood.
That's, man, it's been a while since we saw like a mid gank for First Blood, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That
Actually,
feels
yeah.
so long since
That's
we've seen it.
very rare.
That's
a
a
good
huge kill. And so good
wait. Should he have? Did he take any damage? Maybe there was a siphon or something. He's just walking back to base. I guess he's got boots. It's probably fine. He could have died to the tower. But. All right. Well.
Strong slap.
Centaur backlane a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Choosing to play the lane for now. Batrider does always have the option to just go gather 2 waves and then Firefly it down.
Well, we both know that players who do that are lame, so we don't want to see it. Yep.
Okay. Is that how we counter the backlaning strats? We just shame
them.
Whoever
like,
does it.
How could you make such a boring match for us, the viewers?
You do what it takes to win, Purge.
We made the prize pool big, okay, buddy?
Oh, James looks like he's dead. One more tick. Farewell.
Maledict is such a fun skill, honestly. It's like one of the. It's like, I don't know. It's a Dota 1 skill, right? But it's still so cool.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it. Damage amplifiers, man.
Oh, here you go. Shame him, Purge.
Shame. He better not do the next wave too.
He's gonna do 2.
What do you mean? Of course he's gonna do the next
He's
wave.
gonna gather 2 waves and then he's gonna go.
Kyle, look up his Twitter account.
What do you want to do?
I need to tweet at him. Find it out for me. I'm busy.
Why?
I'm busy being angry.
But what's wrong with what he's doing? This is how you play Dota 2 nowadays.
This is how you win Dota 2.
If you're countered in the lane, you just leave the lane, but take the creeps anyway.
But make your own lane.
Yeah. You never had to do this before, Kevin?
Nope.
You never had to make your own way in life?
I just kind of like go to the
They're
lane,
ganking our
and
court.
I either die 5 times or I win the lane. It's like one or
Are these nukes going to be enough? He's slowed down, getting auto attacked. James maybe needs one more touch. He gets it. Alpha was almost there for the turnaround, and Landham also coming in. There's a big creep wave to soak up the cask, and James has boots. He's out of there, and he knows it. Taunting him on the way. He wants to watch some more backlaning. Oh boy.
That's my favorite part.
That's some Dota. Setsu's gonna get free farm though.
Isn't it funny how, at first, if you couldn't lane, Iron Talon jungle. And then they removed that. So now you just backlane.
Mm-hmm.
Off lane has never been about laning. Not for 3 or 4 years. So if they remove backlaning, what would offlaners do then, huh?
I mean, before it
just
was
suffer?
always just about soaking experience in the trees,
Yeah.
right? That was the
Quap puck meta.
Yeah. Oh, Eve. All right, there's a lot of damage. Grimstar gonna try and turn it around, save him with the Inkswell. Nice done. Another Wraithfire Blast coming back off cooldown, but Landham is still up in the face. Actually, he's taking some damage now. Needs to be a little bit careful. There's a crit. They miss on the Stroke of Fate. Landham, nice dodge. Living on 35 HP, but he's dead.
What is Setsu just like let his tower take 700 damage so that he could go contest a medium camp?
Yeah.
That was very weird. Actually, it's more than 900
How'd
damage.
the bounties go? It's 3 for RNG. Maybe did he go over for the bounty and then he was like, oh, Batrider's right here. Maybe I should just look at him for a little bit.
He got 1, so yeah, I guess that was probably the case.
Oh. Man, they were really trying to shut down this Arc Warden, huh?
Yeah, well, that's a bright spot. He is getting shut down.
Afu? Oh, no, he used the Paralyzing Cask earlier. Now they've got the Inkswell plus the Exorcism. XM doesn't want to dive any deeper than that, but...
And I want Witch Doctor to be good, but this is not a good game so far.
This is...
yeah, I don't know.
Like
I don't know about this hero, man.
He's wasted some mana. Like, he threw that when he came mid the last time we just watched mid. He threw a cask at a really bad time. There's, like, things like that you can't mess up when you play Witch Doctor. But, like, for him to be good, you need to go to a lane. You need to get cask and Maledict kills. But, like, if he could lane against Wraith King, hypothetically. Because then you actually have, like, a tanky target that you can fight. But he's been against Batrider and other various things, and just been getting outlaned. His starting items was like Ironwood Branch with like 2 tangos too. That was kind of weird. He's got boots now, but like
I mean, they wanted the Undying to have boots, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true, right? So he's been playing 5.
Yep. Oh, well, they're going for Landham. They do land the Stroke of Fate this time around, and Undying down. These 2 supports as well do not play well from behind.
Yep.
At all. Like, they just don't do anything. We do have a duel up top. Looks like this should be a win for Setsu. Oh, doesn't get the damage. Well, unfortunate, but still a nice kill.
It was a good duel.
Okay. So Witch Doctor finds something. Afu is still just kind of wandering from lane to lane at the moment, though.
The big concern is, I know I called this for RNG, man, but it's kind of predicated on this Arc Gordon. Like,
he's got 20 CS and 2 deaths.
This is really grim. And he's missed, oh no. He missed just as many CS did as I did on Pango in that demo mode. It's not good.
Yeah,
All of them?
What's the Midas timing supposed to be here, Kyle?
Preferably before 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, he's not on track for that at the moment. He's just going for another Wraith Band. Doesn't even have the gloves yet. You want to watch him CS, or should we spare him?
I just don't understand why they wouldn't swap the lanes either. Bat versus Centaur in the safe lane, like, you crush it. And they knew he TP'd. And they just accepted the lane. And you can already see Setsu, even though he ran to the lane, missed the first creep wave and a half. He's already 1,000 net worth ahead.
Are you worried about the Legion Commander this game as CDC? Or I guess you would have better matchups across the board, right? Is your point that you would shut the Centaur out and the Legion Commander wouldn't get much against your Wraith King plus supports? Oh, Tombstone gets dropped in mid. That looks like some free gold for XM. Cask bouncing around a little bit. They are going to be able to bring down James. Grimstroke trying to keep him alive. And the buddy system is working, in fact. No damage from the Flux. Now they've got the Lasso coming through. Bat Rider also here. Exorcism getting popped. They're going to use the Stampede to try and disengage, but they got locked down on the Witch Doctor. They're going to kill him off. Big overwhelming odds with the Silence over onto Setsu. Now the turnaround.
So much
They've
damage.
actually got the damage from the Skeletons as well. Setsu just going to get right-click down. Double kill for
Balance.
XM Monet. Can't do anything, and that is a 4-for-0 fight here as CDEC, both teams bringing all of their numbers.
The moment the Tombstone dies, this is no longer a fight for RNG.
Yeah.
And this is the playing into the strengths of the CDEC lineup.
Their only disable is basically Tomb Zombies and Cask and a Centaur.
And Arc doesn't do anything in this kind of fight,
nothing.
right? He's got 3 points in Flux. Two Fluxes do nothing. The Spark Wraiths do 170 damage.
Yeah.
Like
We talk a lot about effective net worth, but effective XP and level is similar. And Death
Exorcism
Prophet
is a good ability at level 6. Yeah.
Max Crypt Swarm. You know, you compare his damage output to Monet on the Arc Warden. It's night and day.
Well, XM, so far, looking pretty good. Lots of value items on this Death Prophet. His inventory is full of lots of little things. He's got the Null, he's got the Bracer, he went for the full wand. 1500 HP.
I haven't seen tons of treads on Death Prophet, but it's really effective.
Yeah, nice for tread swapping for sure. Wraith King is going to be going for a Midas, but similar philosophy. Also picks up quick Bracer.
And the Magic Wand too. It's not. They don't always complete.
All this stuff. Yeah, that's true.
It's not bad. I kind of feel like though, as more time goes on, you have to be a little bit not greedy on Wraith King. I think just because
we've seen him get shut out.
Yeah, he's like on the knife's edge kind of. He can be actually pretty aggressive and pretty effective at fighting heroes, but you have to buy like 1 or 2 items to make his ulti go better.
All right, they're focusing the Tomb. It is going to get healed up. Soulbind comes out. Flyby doesn't want to continue the dive. They see the Bat Rider coming in. Soulbind does catch for a second. Setsu's here, but immediately gets silenced. The Phantom proving to be a little bit annoying. They do get the lasso onto the Centaur, but immediately gets purged off. Stomp coming through. 1, 2, 3, taking damage. Do they have enough to keep this going, though? The Inkswell won't catch anybody. Nice Stampede. Eve does still have his ultimate. James waiting to see if they can pop the Mass Serpent Wards and maybe keep taking this fight. But they're just hovering under their tower. Exorcism off cooldown in a couple of seconds as XM will take that top tower. Could TP down here, but it would be a long one. And RNG are still hanging around. Do get the Hex. Flyby locked down a little bit, but he gets out of the Mass Serpent Ward trap. They do look for the Legion Commander next. Wraith King, first life, about to drop an XM once again, TPing in. He is the final say for these team fights. Coming in with the Exorcism. Flyby going to try for the TP out. Setsu getting drained. Doesn't have a TP of his own. And mega kill streak for the Death Prophet.
Kind of wish he wanted and turned and killed that Wraith King, because Wraith King didn't lose his ult there.
Oh, yeah.
It's got too much heal. 2-0 and 5. That's like the stats that you want on Wraith King, basically. A couple kills, no deaths, and then just push into your Midas at a better pace.
Yeah, he's going to have a... Okay, so what was Monet doing in the meantime? He was hitting some jungle creeps.
It's almost got Midas.
Yeah, he's getting there. No boots. This is not the ideal...
Oh, crap. Those are 3 Wraiths. Haster and Bottle Pipe Bat. He got worked.
Oh. Afu's dead. Death Prophet, nice cast, bouncing around a little bit. Do they have enough damage? The Death Prophet is pretty tanky, but the Maledict is going to work. The Soulbind coming through. Can he survive? James couldn't quite get the lockdown. Had the shackle, but couldn't use it. Now shackling both of them, but it's only to buy a little bit of time before his inevitable demise. Grimstroke go. Caught by one Spark Wraith. I don't know if they can finish this. Setsu's still chasing.
I kind of like this Legion plus Witch Doctor combo. Like, you just Maledict a guy and you duel him, and that guy's dead for sure. It, like, doesn't matter anymore. Even if you don't get the dual kill.
Especially if you get the Maledict and then the overwhelming odds damage.
Yeah. It makes a big difference. Against a hero like Death Prophet, that's actually a good solution. It's not great against Wraith King necessarily, but against, like, Death Prophet, excellent. Somebody that's supposed to be really survivable.
And with that, RNG will be able to even up the tower disadvantage a little bit. Arc Warden going to be extremely happy to get a little bit more gold going his way with them taking this down. And Setsu is just going to be going for a Blink Dagger next. Do you guys like the Legion Commander build? Do you think Blink first is... He definitely needs a Blink at some point, right, if his plan is to counterplay the Batrider.
True. The drum phase build is really common right now whenever I play against or with Legions. They always go drum just to move around easier. I think it makes a lot of sense. Just helps you get duels without needing to get a Blink Dagger first successfully.
CDEC are pushing top. They got a bunch of skeletons. They got the Mass Serpent Wards. They've got 3 of these different abilities that are like push a button, take a tower. The Exorcism has mostly been used for fighting so far. And alright, Lanham gonna quickly get rid of that ward so this sentry does stick around for a little bit longer. What's Batrider got? So he did go for BOTs, comes back for the urn. This is haste move speed. Do not be confused. He's not this fast.
I thought it was a courier. I was looking at like the items. It's like, oh, it must be he was following a courier for a long time.
But we're stabilizing out a little bit. Death Prophet's got level 2 ulti now. Both let's say, you know, Arc Warden and Wraith King, both carries wanting to farm for a little bit.
A little bit.
Is there an obvious next timing?
Which qualifier are we watching?
Yeah, that's true.
I have a feeling this one's going to be...
15-minute bounty battle. XM, they want him. They do get the silence over onto the Legion Commander, but the damage from the Death Ward is huge. They were waiting here. Death Prophet trying to survive, but I don't think the Eels is going to be enough, and that just gives the duel opportunity. They are looking for the turnaround. They've got the last one into 2, controlling the Legion Commander. Firefly, good damage. They're going to lose Lanham along with the Centaur, but the Tombstone is just impossible to fight into. Double kill for Setsu, as Monet is now chasing. He wants some of this experience, he wants some of this gold, and he wants the catch-up back into the game. They are going to get the Spark Wraith. No, but the zombie's still chasing. James going to try for the TP out. Looks like he will succeed. And CDEC, they get the split, and they do lose 2 for 2.
Yeah, that was a big miscue from XM there. He had like too many tools to work with in a sense. He didn't even pop the Arcane Rune, and he should not be the one going for the rune, if you think about it. Like, he has the silence. If he gets that off there, pops ult, gets a couple drains, like, he's going to live, and they're going to clean up that fight. But
yeah.
You know, if your Death Prophet dies at the start, you are not going to win an engagement as CDC.
Yeah, if it was like the Shadow Shaman actually picking up the rune and dying, and then the Death Prophet just cleans house.
Not to mention, he's the best person to just ruin Witch Doctor's day. If you just catch him in the silence, the Death Ward's gone. Death Ward hit for a lot of damage in that fight.
So that was... Okay, so the Arc Warden's, he's slowly climbing. Monet is still bottom half of the net worth, but he's got the space, he's got the Midas running, he's got the other important timing, which is the cooldown reduction talent. 8% doesn't seem like a lot, but it's across you know, your Tempest Double and your Midas, so definitely worth having. And Bat just kind of clearing waves. What's our Wraith King status? 2.3k gold towards his Radiance.
You can see the synergy with the Grimstroke as well. There's a lot of
spells. Yeah,
spells.
for sure.
They have multiple, like, what, 4 methods of double stunning with Grimstroke ult active. Makes it very difficult for the LC to play. Let's see if they get this last hit. Oh. We'll try. A good try by Setsu. One more duel win, I think he gets that deny.
Yeah. Let's go BKB next. Still just kind of fighting items.
Move the smoke. It's cool. Centaur ult by mistake? Or no, he just wanted to get away top. Was concerned.
Okay. Bat was kind of looking at him, I guess.
I'm just, I don't know about this smoke by CDC. This is one of those that, you know, it might pay off here. Maybe you could, like, but wait, there's no tower top. This is weird.
If they kill the Centaur, can they try and high ground?
No, they use Rasta wards.
Oh, yeah.
Like this, the best case scenario here is they get a kill.
Yeah, this is
Maybe they collect mid tower actually, but still, just a strange smoke. IMO.
And RNG are just playing completely in their tri-camp, taking the farm there, pushing out bottom. Looks like we might have kind of a full fight. Nice two-man stomp, flyby, finding the initiation. They're going to get the jump out of the Grimstroke, trying to keep himself alive with the Inkswell. The tombstone comes down. Can they clear it out? They've got the lasso, but Setsu actually breaks out there. Can they keep on chasing? They do finally kill off the tombstone. Stun on the Afu.
Flyby, no way. He's going to die anyway, but that was sick. He was cliffed and then got the blink away because he's stunned from the high ground.
Oh, they got another Hex. They're chasing the Legion Commander now. Silence on the back lines. Prevent any kind of a save. Setsu does actually manage to get off the heel and run away, but XM is just too big. Does buy back immediately. Wants to keep on fighting. Now cancels it. What is happening?
Whoa.
They're just leaving the Arc Warden for dead.
What?
Can they even get this
Oh,
XM
no,
kill?
he
The Ghosts
misclicked.
are coming back. Oh, no. Arc Warden now going to get crit down. Landham Setsu finally arrives back in the fight, but...
That was such a huge mistake by Setsu. Just, oh man, that hurts.
What did he misclick?
He accidentally moved.
He didn't shift.
Yeah, he didn't shift
Q?
click move.
Oh,
Otherwise,
no.
he gets on that high ground, he kills the DP, and Arc Warden's going to be just fine. Instead,
Yeah, the
he's
Legion's
gotta
going to
run out of
frontline
base.
for him, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Legion's going to hold the hill.
well, the main thing is they would have killed Death Prophet.
Instead, he just gets the exorcism back and completely
Oh, that
survives.
hurts. That hurts.
Oh, man.
That's a great buyback, too, but it just, you know, you misclick once and suddenly it looks like you're a noob. But really, like that, I like the decision, just messed up.
Slightly different skill build for Sent here. Max and stun first, over double edge.
Okay, so he's gonna farm a little bit less.
Maybe
as a
they're
result.
lacking disable, so he feels like it's more important.
Yeah. It probably pays off if it sets up for like 2 spark wraiths, right?
Yeah, or a
Sensor
little
as
bit
well.
more damage on a maledict guy.
Yeah, it's true.
They're looking bat with a haste rune and blink, trying to break the smoke. It's
Yeah.
going to need fast fingers.
Yeah,
Or-
he sees them, but they're also over on the other side. Stampede getting popped, but 1, 2, 3 just plays the cliff line. He's going to be okay.
Oh, smart.
And with that, looks like CDC probably going to get 3 bounties.
Dude, that's one of those plays I wish we had a way of recording as a stat, like smoke's broken. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's so high value, but you know, you'll never see it in a post game recap, and that's a big part of the game.
Yo, I'm really good at breaking smokes and then dying immediately afterwards without knowing they're smoked. Break a lot of smokes, let me tell you.
Sometimes that's what you got to do as the position 5, right? You're just like, oh, where will
You-
the smoke
you
be
say-
coming from? I'm going to stand
You
here.
say they were smoked right though. If you're just like wandering through
yeah.
your jungle and you find them like, oh, they smoked bottom,
Oh,
guys.
smoke used.
I got them.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Smoke down.
Like whenever I play pubs, I feel like nobody ever buys smokes. I feel like I'm the only one. But like once in a while, you'll get some like dumbass core who's like, "I'm gonna smoke to go Roche or something," you know,
Yep.
and then you just run out of
Yeah, like
smokes.
level 9.
Centaur's lasso. Drag him straight back into the shackles. Flyby, no way out. Very dead.
Man.
I actually didn't know where anybody really was on the map. Just wanted to pressure the tier 1 tower a little bit, but down he goes. Monet still hasn't broken out of this bottom half of the net worth. The map control that's been taken by CDEC is pretty crazy. They've got their Radiance getting delivered on the Wraith King now. They are hitting a very strong timing window.
Oh yeah.
Blink Dagger on the Death
I
Prophet
love
as
that
well.
item. That is so good here, especially when you have a Bat Rider and all
Yeah.
this front line. Like, if you can just get
Cool.
into the fray with your Wraith King,
Like-
there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
as
blink with the
RNG.
bat and then just put the silence down.
And even against like Witch Doctor too, like a lot of times you have to like walk past the where the fight is to go hit the backline or silence. Now he just can completely avoid cask problems. He can just pop ulti, jump backline, drop the silence he needs to.
Alright, RNG are coming over to try and contest this, but the Mass Serpent Words were used, so it drops quickly, and Afu...
So dead.
He's so dead.
Run, little dude.
He's very in the river.
Oh, okay.
They'll only try and keep him alive, but XM finds the +1, potentially nice paralyzing cast.
Get outplayed.
Oh, what have they found now? 1, 2, 3.
He doesn't deserve this.
The everything and the kitchen sink for Afu.
Lasso and 10.
That Rider hovering the high ground.
Oh, that's a rune.
Oh, yeah, wow. Did they see this?
Yeah. And we are getting an update as well from production. eHome has 2-0'd IG.
Dang.
So, once again,
Not what we predicted.
There's been a few different regions now where the winner out of the groups immediately drops to the lower bracket
Yeah.
once we get to playoffs. That happened in
Oh.
SEA as well. Genesperus won groups. They were lower bracket.
It's interesting. eHome won their first game with an AM, and then their second game, 22-pick Broodmother, baby.
Nice.
That's how it's done.
Did they have any brood counters at all, or just
absolutely
nothing?
None? Rubik, Omni, AM, Puck, Shadow Demon.
Oh yeah, they had nobody to lane against
rolled.
it. Yeah.
What if you do? One time I saw Puck go mid and he just rushed Veil.
Yeah.
And he would just like clear spiders with orb.
He did not do
Wasn't
that.
like no points phase. Just have to
you
max
know-
your
Something like
nukes.
that.
You
Yeah.
know what's sick? Faith Beyond went Midas straight into Ags. He had a 13-minute Ags on Brood.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I actually really like that, but that's for another time. We'll probably see them play after this series. The winner of this game, of course, or winner of the series, rather, moving on to play eHome in the winner bracket of the playoffs.
Man, there's so many blinks on CDEC. James has his up as well now. So their follow-up on the initiation is just insane. And they're threatening they're threatening 2 different lanes at
Oh,
once.
this is so smart.
So they've got the skeletons heading top. They've got the exorcism and the snakes over at mid,
Lanham?
undying. Already getting lassoed. Can he survive? He's got a big wand and the mech. They jump into the backlines. They do find the Grimstoke focusing down, but he manages to get off the Soulbind. Death Prophet's healing a lot off of these siphons. Setsu comes charging forward. The zombies are pushing them back. Eve not in the best position, but Tombstone's dead. And 1-2-3 is looking for more, getting these sticky stacks up on the 2 supports. Did they get the? They got the tier 3. Top tier 3 taking about half health.
That was great.
That was a good defense considering how bad the setup was. Like,
Yep.
They split the magnetic fields. Looked like Undyne was going to die, but like his mech one build, it just makes perfect sense for the hero, right? He's already a stay alive and keep doing damage kind of hero. So
Yeah. I really like the decision from CDEC too, though. When you're playing against this massive split push, just go, just get into the base, drop your spells, and make RNG respond. You know, they got caught napping a little bit, returned to the base late. And a tier 3 is a pretty considerable advantage this early into the game. 25 minutes, runes are going to spawn. They'll get 2 for both sides.
Arc Warden's coming online a little bit. He's got his BOTs now.
This is his like farming online.
Yeah,
his fighting online is still
Well,
like 20 minutes
It's
away.
like, I would say, split pushing online, right?
Yeah, true.
But
He can actually start annoying the CDEC push by just threatening other lanes. It's just tough when you're playing against Batrider.
oh, for
So
sure.
your real hero is always threatened.
And he's just queuing up a bit more of a right-click build here. He's got the Dragon Lance also queued after. I mean, the Mjolnir is very standard.
I think he's getting the Lance and probably the Hurricane Pike because they have so many good dive heroes and they have so many blinks, right?
Yeah, he needs mobility.
Does
jump
Wraith
in.
have blink yet?
Found the Undying. Lanham, can he survive this time around? Since you're going to try and keep him alive, they are going to pop the Stampede, jumping into the backlines once again. It is going to be the supports as the target, but James does not go down. The Tombstone in the middle of the fight. Can they actually deal with it? Eve's trying to. They've lost one. The secondary support also dropping. Finally, they deal with the Tombstone. BKB's being popped by Setsu. Lanham might just be left for dead. They're hanging on the sidelines. James bought back, actually. Comes back in here with the Shackles. They've got XM in the backlines. Doesn't have the Exorcism, though. Is going to save himself with the Yules. Eve still just chopping away. Lanham's dead. Flyby should be next to fall. Good Death Ward from Afu. Does a little bit of damage. They get the Wraith King slow down. He's still channeling. Now they get the lasso plus the silence. No counter initiation. Eve chases. So much lockdown for this Legion commander. Setsu's not even getting unstunned before he dies. And Monet needs to get back inside of the base.
Lanham's back
2 support buybacks.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lanham TP'd in. Just going to straight up die. Too much catch for CDEC.
Great buyback from James.
Yeah, he did a lot of work after he bought back.
He's responsible for 2 of those kills, and then Lanham with the
Yeah.
questionable buyback.
Wraith King in these extended fights does so much damage.
And with that damage, keep in mind that he had that Tombstone like 10 times at the start of the fight. So he still just did tons of damage throughout the course of it. And they basically don't have the heroes to deal with him, actually. Because he's actually decently he's really farmed 7, 0, and 10. Nobody can stop him. They're not going to duel him. They're not going to throw nukes on him. He's like the afterthought. They want to kill so many other heroes first, but it takes a lot.
Goes up. Silence. Hex. Witch Doctor in trouble. Nice 2-man stun from Flyby, but he immediately gets Yulesed up. 1, 2, 3. Does not have the lasso for him, but...
Surprised he's not just popping the ultimate. I mean, there's no glyph. He's just holding it. You're going to get the racks without it, sure, but still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's just hanging on to it. Well, that's 2 lanes of racks. Is there any coming back from this if you are RNG? Normally, Arc Warden, the strength that you have is that you make it impossible for the enemy team to break the base. Once your base is broken, then what?
I don't know. I love the CDC itemization. I think it's a big part of why they're able to take this game. The Blink Shivas after the Yules on the DP, like he's so strong and he can just go.
That's cool.
Pop your
Just
spells.
go find him, right?
Yep, exactly. Wraith King, just minus Radiance, Blink, BKB, arguably the peak efficiency you can hit at this level 20 timing, which will reach in just a couple of minutes. Batrider just bots Blink. Very simple.
Like everybody on CDC is buying run at you items, basically.
Yeah. They have 3 blinks at this point. 4 blinks.
4 blinks.
Sorry, that's
Yeah.
perfect because you don't want to run through Witch Doctor Cask,
Through the Tombstone,
yeah, Arc Warden spells. Like you just want to blink forwards, keep Monet out of the fights, and just hop on top of them.
Get your crucial kills and just end the fights.
Yep. Arcane Rune now on the Death Prophet.
Seems as though RNG would like to take a fight on their shrine and not inside their base. They need to control the Tricamp area as well for farm. But they've committed pretty much all of their vision to seeing what's around here, trying to get some kind of a jump. But CDEC are actually smoked, so we're going to see who gets the jump. Do they have any vision of the Tricamp? They do not. They're sending the Wraith King forward. Everyone else is kind of pincering the sideline. They check the high ground. Nice blink away from 1, 2, 3. Not going to get caught by the stomp, and now Flyby is in an awkward position. He thinks about taking the courier because I think he realizes he's not going to last all that long. The snakes get deployed to try and deal with this tombstone, and it works. They do get Wraith King a little bit low. 2-man shackles. It is going to get purged off of one of them, but Undying still going to be brought down. Wraith King, that's his first life. XM is being focused, but a good Yule saves him from the stomp, and now his Wraith King is here to help him out. They get the lasso on the Legion Commander. Still no duel from this fight as it's 2 down already from RNG. Buyback coming in. Arc Warden trying to stand his ground and fight, but XM's found him, kills him off. Can they actually get the Death Prophet? Looks like they might be able to, but the GG is called, and CDEC will take this series 2-0.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like, what a convincing game, too. I mean,
They just rolled him.
the obvious thing is that Witch Doctor was not useful enough. The laning stage impact was weak, and the actual... Oh, great. Thanks. Thanks, dude. Great. Right in front of the camera. Can come in over here.
That's okay. Jeez. Hey, Alan.
Unbelievable.
Did you like that game?
It's a quick one.
You like Dota?
I love Dota. That game was not great. Yeah, there were some really questionable decisions on positioning outside the Dire base, and I still think that you, as we've said in previous games on this cast, that you play for Arc Warden 25, but when you are playing against a team like that, especially with DP Ghosts and Rasta Wards, and you make a mistake outside your own base like that, yeah.
It was just hard to fight against the heroes, I feel like, is all it was. Like, Legion Commander had to get, like, dual kills and stuff, but he's, like, I feel like sometimes it's really hard to win games with Legion. It's like, yeah, you can duel a guy, and maybe you get the kill, but for the rest of the fight, you're kind of just running around, and your net worth doesn't really feel like much. So,
Yeah.
compared to, like, a Wraith King with Radiance, that can just, like, always be there doing things.
You're not going to
It's
do
the same.
sustained damage as a Legion, right? That's the big thing.
Well, I think that it's just one of those things where you start off the game and Monet's just not having a great time mid.
Yeah.
And everybody on the team is looking at him and going, "Oh man, this guy's not having the game that we expected," and it just puts that much more pressure on the rest of the team to try to do stuff. These are younger players. Setsu not been around as long as some of these other guys, and he's playing outside his traditional role. They have to swap around the lanes. You put that much more pressure on him to do stuff in fights, and that's when the mistakes come out.
Do you think they needed to take the Arc Warden 4th?
No.
Because it gave opportunities to deal with it.
Well,
right?
it was fifth banned in the previous game.
That's true. The Medusa was on the field by that point, right? They were like, they picked
Right.
Medusa and then they banned the Arc.
And then they banned the Arc Warden. Right.
But maybe they were like, well, if we want to play our Arc Warden strat, we have to take it now.
That, I think, was the only reason that you saw it fourth, is they figured, okay, well, even without the Deuce on board, they may still ban it again. I don't have a huge problem with it. Mistakes happen, and it's not a case of this being like an 80-minute game where we're all resident sleepering. This was mistakes are going to occur because these are good teams, and they're going to force them.
Both drafts have been cool in that way. Both teams are like, okay, this is what we're going to try to do with our draft. They're not just going to say, like, stick to the stupid normal meta. Even, like, itemization in the second game. Tons of blink staggers on Death Prophet. They, like, played the heroes well, but they also, like, saw the weaknesses in the Royal lineup and were like, oh, we're just gonna run at them, even though they have Centaur.
Yeah.
They needed like a Tide Hunter or like an Underlord.
I'm 100% down.
Is it?
And this is
So now we have our results. I was just about to ask you guys, with these results,
surprised.
is CDEC now the favorite?
I think
Because
the moment eHome wins the series, I feel like they've regained their status as favorite. They were coming into the qualifier.
Okay.
They looked very poor in the group stage, but let's be real, folks. This is a Zhao Wade coach team.
Are they pulling a Mineski here? Because Mineski SEA, they came in first day. They looked awful.
They needed to win 3 in a row, or they would have lost.
They went like 0 or 1-3 on their first day, and then they came back in.
Yeah.
They won 3. They 2-0'd in the very first day of playoffs, and they never looked back.
I think if there is a team in this qualifier that's kind of the sleeping dragon, eHome's definitely it. You talk about ZYF and a carry, Ferrari in your mid, and TI champion Faith Beyond at your off lane. That's a team that if they get going, if they get their drafts, is going to crush a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm on record as saying I thought this IG team was gonna roll through the playoffs. I really love this IG roster. I think they're super promising going forward. But yeah, eHome, they're showing us why they were so highly regarded earlier in the season.
Some shit happened on the other stream, basically. And here we are.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Purge. Thanks, Purge.
Looks like we're getting the lobby up, but before we hop into it,
is it a break, Kyle?
Could it potentially
is that what you're about
be a
to
break?
say? I feel your pattern now.
Wow.
Kyle doesn't say anything for a little while.
Or
and then
just wrap it up.
And then
Just
comes
throw
in.
it a break.
All right, guys,
we'll
we'll be back. We'll be back soon. More Chinese qualifier action coming your way. See you in a few minutes.
Baby